Treyarch have made a statement with Black Ops 4 by omitting a single player campaign from the game, which has been a staple of the COD franchise since the very first game was released back in 2003. They've decided to drop single player and put their energy and resources into creating Battle Royale mode, which is of course a first for Call of Duty. But this raises questions about the future of single player campaigns in first person shooters. Is the omission of a single player campaign in Black Ops 4 just a one-off thing driven by the rising popularity of the Battle Royale genre and Treyarch trying to make Call of Duty stay relevant in light of this trend? Or is this a sign of things to come? Will single player campaigns be pushed aside in future COD titles in favour of Battle Royale? Personally, I think Battle Royale games are going to dominate the first person shooter market for many years to come at the expense of the single player campaign. Fortnite and PUBG started the Battle Royale craze, and those two games have etched their place in history as the pioneers of Battle Royale mode, just like Wolfenstein 3D and Doom have a special place in history as the pioneers of the FPS genre itself. Those games created the blueprint for the first-person shooter that has been replicated by countless developers since then, who added something new to the formula each time, which has evolved into the incredibly sophisticated first-person shooters we have today. In the same way, Fortnite and PUBG created the blueprint for the Battle Royale genre, and we're going to see many more iterations of the Battle Royale formula in years to come. But I think it's only a matter of time before nearly every FPS game is going to have a Battle Royale. There will come a time when Battle Royale is going to be a standard feature of first-person shooters. Game developers already know this, that's why franchises like COD and Battlefield have been quick to jump on the Battle Royale bandwagon for their upcoming releases in Black Ops 4 and Battlefield 5. Remember, just a few years ago, BR was a complete novelty, but soon it's going to be the norm, the default. We are rapidly approaching a scenario where any FPS game that doesn't have BR will feel incomplete and empty. Now I'm going to use a simple comparison here to illustrate this. Do you remember when split-screen multiplayer was all the rage in the 90s? GoldenEye 007 on Nintendo 64 gave birth to the split-screen multiplayer for shooting games. And soon after that, just about every console shooter had a split-screen multiplayer. Before online gaming was even a thing, split-screen multiplayer became the industry standard for first-person shooters, and every game was expected to have this. But why does all this matter? What's the relevance of all this? Well, you just have to look to the past and follow the trends that happen in gaming to see what's going to happen in the future. Because these patterns have already happened before and will happen again. Somebody creates something that's innovative and revolutionary, and if it's a popular choice for consumers and it generates a profit, then it starts being copycatted by other developers. Soon it becomes the industry standard and an indispensable piece of the product. The same trend that happened with the FPS genre itself, then with split-screen multiplayer, is now happening with Battle Royale. Now let me clarify something. I'm not trying to be critical of Treyarch for choosing to include Battle Royale over single player. I believe single player has fallen out of favour with a portion of the gaming community simply because something better has come along. COD single player has become less and less relevant over time as it gets overshadowed by multiplayer options, first by traditional multiplayer and now Battle Royale. More and more players are gravitating towards Battle Royale. Battle Royale is what's trending at the moment, and clearly there's a huge market demand for such a product, with Fortnite drawing in more than 125 million players in less than a year. Fortnite and other Battle Royale games are luring an ever-growing number of players away from Call of Duty, and Treyarch knows this, and they're starting to get worried. So in that sense, Treyarch is just giving the players what they want and doing what makes the most sense from a business standpoint. But the problem remains for that group of die-hard COD players who are grieving the loss of that dear old friend, the single-player campaign. Treyarch and Activision know that Battle Royale is going to be more lucrative for them than creating another single-player campaign. And if Black Ops 4 does well in sales and makes Activision a lot of money, then this will be the green light for them to keep their focus on making Battle Royale games in the future, perhaps to the exclusion of the single-player campaign. And soon, other game companies are going to follow suit, and the single-player campaign will become an endangered species. Online multiplayer killed the split-screen multiplayer to a large degree. Battle Royale will do the same thing to single-player campaigns. I don't think Activision really care about trying to accommodate that dwindling group of players who are passionate about the solo campaign in Call of Duty games. Money talks, and if the Battle Royale mod is what's generating sales, then that's what Treyarch's efforts will be directed towards. And this may, unfortunately, lead to single player campaigns slowly becoming a relic of the past.